of Elijah, it says Elias right there, to turn the hearts of the fathers of the children and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just, to make ready a people prepared for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So that's what Elijah was going to do. He was going to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just. He was going to wake up the nation of Israel, because they were asleep.
Yes, so that's a good thing you said that. This is Isaiah 53:3. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised and we esteemed him not. So you didn't even care about what we were trying to tell you. Trying to teach you, and you were like, it can't be.
Because when the brother first came in, he was in a humble spirit, He was taking advice from us, because I told him, the reason why this is happening is because the Lord is chastening you. And then he took heed to that, made a video and was like, yeah, the brother told me, this happened because the Lord was chastening me, and I took heed. But now what happened? Not taking heed anymore.
You learned everything already?
Yeah.
That's terrible, actually. That's that jealousy. And
you need to confess your sins too, I bet he didn't even confess his sin to the brother.
No.
Like he said.
He didn't even tell him that. He didn't even tell him that he committed adultery. He didn't even tell him that he had COVID-19, and then he took the COVID-19 test. He's probably gonna take the vaccine too.
Because it feels wrong in your spirit when you're going off,
Yeah. And then when like this brother Amal was saying, when it's 3 against 1 and it was a vote, he didn't like that. That was righteous judgment. That was righteous. Because we all voted.
When three and one together. Together.
In the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
We were gathered together in the name, You came in another name, You came in another.
He makes so many mistakes too. He drops his Bible. He called the name Jehovah one time. He's not ready. And I know he's got demons because then he yells like every time he sees a white person, no matter where they're at. I bet you if you saw if my grandfather came back in reincarnation when he was like 25, he would yell at him because my grandfather was blonde and blue eyes. He'd be like, "You got that?" And then he just went to Edomite. You know why you do that? It's because you're having anxiety attack. You don't know how to stay still.
Yeah. And then the last video, he was wandering. He was wandering off, going this way, like over here. Like the camera's right there, right? And he was over here trying to talk to somebody. He was yelling at somebody.
What was he yelling about?
Couldn't stay still, I don't know, trying to edify a Mexican brother in Spanish. I think he was doing a Spanish lesson. But we edify, you have to. This is the
main audience.
Where you face.
This is the main audience.
If you're trying to edify somebody else, they have to stand right there.
Tell them to come here.
And they have to look at us.
This guy doesn't understand the captive audience law. He's gonna get fucking arrested. Esau has a goddamn law, and this is the only time I'm gonna say it, that where if you're talking to someone and they're walking by and you entrap them and you make them stay there, they have the choice to either walk away or tell you to shut the hell up. But if they stay there, there's no problem. But if they're like he likes to post it by that restaurant, if they're eating there at the restaurant and you try to talk to one of them when they're sitting down and eating there or waiting in line like at the G&B, that's entrapment because they can't go nowhere. This guy's dumb.
See, this is our church, you know, and this is the podium right here, you know, and you know that's where the crowd is, you know, that's how the symbol is.
See, and Jake, there's a lot of people driving by. Some people are ignoring it. No, Jacob's looking. But hey, guess what, man? That's all they need is to look, and they're getting marked because they're looking and they're just driving away. The Spirit's telling them, hey, you better stop and check that out.
Yeah, because you can stop, you know, you can stop right there and pull up and see what we're doing because this is a big sign right here.
That's what it is.
You know?
It's a big image. So what does the image do? It captivates your eyes. If there was a blonde girl with no bra on, she had big jugs and swinging them around, no matter how fucking far you are, you're going to notice that shit. Especially if you're driving and on the prowl looking for some highness. So this is Isaiah 53:1. Who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of Yahweh Shai revealed? That's what the brother was talking about. Who believes what you used to believe our report? Now you don't.
Yeah, because ourselves, we're still babies in this thing, you know. So if we just brought somebody 3 months ago, they're infants, you know.
They should be behind the line, behind the camera.
You know.
And then you have to go slow. And then, man, you're not going slow. So let's say the Lord doesn't come back for 10 more years. You're going to keep up that pace for 10 years? Hell no. Hell no. You got to pace yourself.
That's why the Lord sent back, you know, the prophet in these last days to wake up the Mexicans, Negroes, and Latinos.
And let you know that the white man is the devil and he's coming to get you.
I mean the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Yeah, we're the Israelites. Hey, another one bites the dust. That's all you can say. That's exactly what's happening, man. All we have to do is say it. You could even whisper it. They were getting marked.
Yeah, because too, I brought out a scripture that the elect, they're going to be in the streets and they're going to be prophesying, but not everybody's going to hear them because they're not going to be shouting and screaming at the top of their lungs, you know, because it's not for everybody. It's not for the people in the background. You see?
Now, they used to do that back in the day. Like,
just like those the Camp BOW, they got that microphone. You know, when someone got the microphone, they're going off.
It's not for everybody. That's why Yahweh spoke in parables. It's not for everybody. Hey, if people can see and they pass by, that's on them. Everybody sees that's right. That's why you're out there in the street corners. And that's why I think there's a scripture that says that a child is better to be seen and not heard. I don't know. I can look it up, but you know, it's when you're out there on the street, on the corner, people can already see you. And when you try to force them to listen to your message, that's like a goddamn Jehovah's Witness going to your fucking house. Hey, hold on, I got to tell you about Jehovah. Which you haven't even dealt with that demon completely. So you got any. See, like that man just cut across the street. You don't fucking start yelling at him, hey, I gotta talk to you. Hey, I gotta talk to you. You don't want to hear it. Romans 8. This is Romans 8:4. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
See, so it says to walk after, walk not after the flesh, but to walk after the Spirit. See, so when this camp BOW, they're saying to set up a neighborhood watch, and that if any so-called black members get pulled over by Esau, that they're gonna watch Esau, but not with their cameras. They're gonna watch him with their guns. You know, they said they're gonna pull out guns. You know, a Hebrew Israelite saying they're gonna pull out guns.
So right there we can dissect just that. And I can tell you that they don't know the basic scriptures, because one of the basic scriptures is Esau's blessing is the gun.
Esau's blessing is the gun.
They're trying to be top dog scholars. And that would be embarrassing if you're trying to be a top dog scholar and you know all kinds of things, and then you just ask them a basic question. Well, why does Jacob has the blessing of the gun?
Yeah.
Why are you using Esau's blessing?
Because it says that our weapons are not carnal.
It's spiritual.
Our weapons are words. So we're not gonna go fight Esau with his own gun.
So if our weapons are words and you're yelling at someone to stop, aren't you attacking them?
But words cause wars.
It's called verbal abuse.
And when we're speaking these words, this is what's gonna bring the Most High back and make his war.
Because as soon as he cracks those skies and those UFOs, and the Lord comes out of there and you see that he's a dark-skinned, brown, black, melanated man, everybody's going to be scared. Look how we treated these people for so long. And
You're only gonna see Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans getting beaten up.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good one. 5? Romans 8 and 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
So we're gonna rely on faith. See, we're not gonna rely on carnal things that we can see, because these brothers, they said, the Black Panther Party, they had some good things about them, you know. But the thing that they didn't have was they didn't have the law to govern themselves.
What law? So and then again, these POWs use the Second Amendment or the Constitution of the United States as a law to back them up.
Yeah, because they said we're gonna pull out our guns. Ain't that the First Amendment? You know, ain't that all right? But that's Esau's law, you know.
So then again, he's lacking in the basics. He's lacking in Job 9:24.
Yeah.
Straight up basics. Job 9:24, let your ass know. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So if the wicked are ruling the earth and they have the law, they're making the laws, aren't you following a wicked law? These dummies are straight for the slaughter.
Yeah. Woe unto those that decree unrighteous decrees.
Man, yes sir. Isaiah 10 and 1 right there. The next one. Verse 6, Romans 8 and 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
So you're just gonna go out there and kill yourself if you're thinking about pulling out a gun. Man.
Shit, man, you're not using your brain. And that's a cut to all you people out there marching with guns and going to gun rallies.
The NFAC, you know.
But sure don't give a fuck. Not fucking around. They ain't fucking around because they're seriously taking you down. And you people are fucking stupid. I seen a meme on my Instagram and it said Nas, the rapper, invested $4.5 million in something and he sold it for $1 billion and he only made $40 million. And then I put a comment, well, where's the rest of the fucking $860 million? These fucking retards don't understand. And then some stupid ass bird brain Negro was like, my brother, you don't understand the concept of financial gain. I said, motherfucker, you didn't even make 100%.
These celebrities, you know, and have you seen Ice Cube just put up a video? He's trying to go hand in hand with the white man, with Trump. He's trying to make deals with him, you know?
Deal with the devil.
Man.
There you go. He's gonna set up a lot of people to get chipped. Not him. That's why they call him Ice Cube, because he's fucking cool. And look at that, and then if Ice Cube gets it, that's so fucking cool. Everybody's gonna fucking cool.
He's causing the nation to go off.
And you know what? You know why they pick people like that to be leaders? Because they know that Jake is a fucking sheep. And they'll follow whoever and whatever in any direction that they're going. With any doctrine.
Yeah, and then too, I was watching the Apostle Gabar's video. You know that we're the sheep because we could take pain. You know, he was saying that when he was a kid, he saw a sheep get killed, and he didn't make no noise, right? But the goat, when the goat got killed, he was screaming and making all kinds of noise. The goat represent Esau, and the sheep represent Jacob.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Damn, man, if we take a beating medically, like our bones are fucked up, the air is fucked up, and we don't say nothing. Jacob be in the fucking office, the doctor's office, and tell him what's wrong. They'll come out with a shot, shoot him, and they won't say nothing. That's Jacob. But just because you have a high tolerance for pain doesn't mean that you're supposed to get abused. It just means that you're stronger.
Yeah, it means you have a strong mind, you know? You got strong faith.
So if you're out there telling people you don't have a strong mind, you don't have strong faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, if you're telling them to get the white man's blessing, get the gun, you got a Second Amendment right, constitutional right. They don't give a fuck about you.
There's nothing we could do or say to try and make a deal with this white man.
Yeah, how the hell do you have constitutional rights when you're only 1/5 of a human being, according to the Constitution? The first article, paragraph 5, you fucking idiot. These motherfuckers must be smoking crack. Smoking crack and reading the Bible. Oh, man, delicious. Look at this. Oh, I'm gonna do this.
You might as well be doing that because that's just the same thing. You're not getting the proper understanding.
That's the vibe you're putting out. Hey, but guess what, man? Those are the spirits. Those are the spirits that you're allowing to hop on you. And how the hell are you gonna tell people that are impressionable you gotta get a gun to defend yourself?
Yeah.
If you told them you gotta pray.
That's why the Black Panther Party ain't around now.
What a bunch of fucking idiots, man. Critical thinking is a concept that just bounces off your fucking head. They're not here anymore. What happened to them? They got disbanded. Their leader got killed.
Yeah. And then that BLW, they were telling the crowd that were looking, wouldn't you feel safer if we were packing guns?
That's fucking stupid. You know what that is? That's reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you feel safer if I was packing heat?
He's only saying those things so that he could get views, you know, get subscribers, you know.
Let me tell you something about
That's why
guns.
he's only doing it for entertainment.
Guns are not your blessing. If you're a Jake and you're comfortable with a gun and you can, guess what? You're probably an Edomite. Let me tell you about one time I had a gun and I had a holster. It kept coming out of the holster. Almost shot myself because I don't know how to hold a gun or how to. And I went shooting with my little brother and I had a revolver. I couldn't hit nothing. The only thing I can hit shit with is a shotgun because the bullets spread.
Yeah. And it too, you know, if you're a man of the hopeful elect, you know, you're not going to be relying on a gun. You're not going to be wanting to go and get a gun because you're going to be thinking, if I go get this gun,
There goes my house.
well, there goes my faith, you know.
Sorry.
There goes my faith with Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
As soon as you think that gun is going to help you,
You know?
the Bible's going to help you. The next one? Romans 8 and 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be.
So you're putting enmity between you and the Most High, you know, when you're not subject to the law.
Man, so the law says you have to go out there and preach on the street corners.
Yep.
But you have to keep the law. You have to keep the knowledge.
It says you have to preach, right? So that's a good precept. I think it's Romans. So it was 1 Peter two and just go to Matthew 26, okay, Matthew 26 and 48.
This is Matthew 26 and 48. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he. Hold him fast.
And keep going.
Hold him fast. And forthwith he came to Yahushua and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him.
Oh, keep going, slowly.
And Yahushua said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahushua and took him. And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear.
Right, so this is the part where, Yahushua was with his disciples, and one of his disciples pulled out the sword.
I think it was Peter.
Yeah.
Let me keep reading. Then Yahushua said unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
See, so Yahushua was telling them, take the sword and put it in its place. And putting it in its place, that's Esau's place. That's not our place, Jacob's. So
Okay, yeah, that's a lesson. Let me see, I got some precepts in here. Genesis 9 and 6. This is Genesis 9 and 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai made he man.
yeah, that's what it said. They said, let us make man in the Most High's image.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. There's another one.
They didn't make man in Esau's image,
So this is Revelation 13 and 10. This is a classic right here. It's a classic. You almost know it by heart. So this is Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So if you're going to be using a gun to defend yourself, and what are you going to do with that gun? You're going to kill somebody with that gun. What happened there? You broke a couple of laws. Man, because doesn't it say that we are led to the slaughter? And also it says, be gentle as doves and wise as serpents.
Yeah, that's right. And Romans 12 and 19 is it.
All right. This is Romans 12 and 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not your... let me start over. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, said Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
So it says, don't give vengeance, it says, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath.
It means let things happen. Internalize it.
So we're not gonna avenge ourselves, We're already in captivity. How are we gonna break out of captivity our own selves?
Yeah, just like when Joseph was in prison under the Pharaoh's house, when he was serving his first lord, and then the woman was like trying to get him to commit adultery. He'd rather go to prison. And then he let that place for wrath build up, and then guess what? He was a vizier of the Pharaoh. He spent a few years in prison too. The book says a few years. And then he went from slavery. He went from being Jacob's favorite son to slavery, to prison, to being the vizier of the Pharaoh, having a high position. And then what? He saved his family from the famine. He told them to come and he gave them some land. Man. See, that's our position right there, and that is spiritually Yahushua. Because he's the one that saved us. You know, he's saving us from this famine. After all that he went through.
That's why I say, Yahushua said, vengeance is mine, I will repay.
Oh man, let me get this. Romans 13:4. For he is a minister of Yahweh to thee for good, but if thou that do which is evil be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of Yahweh, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that do evil.
See? So if someone's doing evil, if Esau's doing evil, Yahushua is gonna get that.
Vengeance is mine.
He's gonna repay that.
So why the hell would you want to do with your damn self? Why the hell would you tell people to get gun? Wouldn't you feel safer? I would have said, wouldn't you feel safer knowing who the Lord really is and having access to his name?
Yeah.
Not spiritual, you're not using your spiritual brain. You're using your carnal brain like the brother's saying.
Yeah, because having faith is like the force, you know? If Esau right there, we'll able to just extend our hand and put a curse on him.
Yes, sir.
And that's it, you know? What happened to putting curses on people?
That's the old way, huh?
Yeah. That's the way we fight, with curses.
And you can just think it too. And that cop will just pull out his gun and waste himself. You don't use your brain, man. You don't use your Oh, remember that video I sent about that from the brother from South Carolina? He put up the video where it was a story about in the 60s where there was a prophet in Africa talking about this is gonna happen, like a chariot, like what we're saying. And then they kept shooting him and killing him and cutting him up, and he kept regenerating.
Yeah.
And then the last time he said, you know what? There's gonna be more of my kind coming, and you won't be able to stop them.
That's crazy. That was crazy right there. That was some spiritual shit.
Yeah. So check that out, man. That was a prophet. So if we're prophets, we don't have to fight nobody. Bullets bounce off of him. Hey, and then they tricked his ass and they said, you know what? We'll take you to the UN and let you say your message. So they got him on the plane, and once they got him on the plane, all those motherfuckers pulled out guns and unloaded, and then cut him up into 1,000 pieces, and they sent him all over the planet. And he still came back together. And yeah, because I was an angel, you fucking dummies.
And that tells you too that our bodies, we're not supposed to die. The reason when we die is because Eve sinned. So now we die.
Yeah,
but our bodies, it can regenerate. It just regenerates slowly.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Well, remember when I broke my knee and I healed it?
Yeah.
That was my resolve. See, we're not supposed to be. You know what? Fuck you. Who cares? All these black bitches and Latino bitches and Native Americans, let them be. Don't try to save them. You gotta save your brothers. And if they want to have a heathen woman, who gives a shit? That's none of your goddamn business. I might have me some fun with fine wines. Hell yeah, they gonna be doing that food skirt dancing.
Shit. Yeah, the belly dancing.
I might have me some fat Guam bitches.
Damn.
Some Russian bitches. We're gonna have, I hate to say it like this, alien bitches from different planets, with different fucking bodies, different types of powers.
And we're gonna have them subject to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know.
They're gonna be calling us Lord, Master. They're gonna be having their own servants. And they're gonna be willing to share you, and they're gonna be willing. They're not gonna be talking shit to you. They're gonna be like reading your mind and knowing what you want to eat. You're gonna be talking to them through your mind telepathically. They're gonna know everything. So why would you want some earthly bitch right now? Oh, well, earthly, carnally, those who are earthly minded. Where do you want to go back to? Romans 8.
Yeah.
This is Romans 7. I'm gonna start at 7 again. Romans 8 and 7. Because the carnal minded is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. Verse 8. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh.
So those who are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh. So that's why we want to try to open up our pineal gland, which is called the third eye.
Yep.
Why do you think it's called the third eye? It's because it's the spiritual dimension. You're waking up to the spiritual dimension, you know?
There you go. So when you're waking up, you have a spiritual awakening. So you wake up from a sleep, your eyes wake up. You wake up from a spiritual sleep, your spiritual eye, your third eye wakes up.
Yeah. Now you can start seeing things like in 3D, you know?
Yes, sir. Or even, man, you can see, look, you can see things that other people can't. That's why we're a prophet. That's why we're prophets, because you can see things that other people can't see.
Yeah.
Like when we were in corporate, and that homeless woman came up, I could see that she was fucking homeless. And I could see the demons hopping on her, and her eyes went like this. You can see that? See, her eyes were doing this. And then the demons were, that's because the demons were on her, telling her, he thinks he's better than you, blah, blah, blah. He, you know, until she got pissed and then walked away, said, they just think they're better than me. So who was she talking to? That's not how you talk to people.
Would you talk to the Lord like that? Man.
Damn. But guess what? She's going to get destroyed. She's already being destroyed. Can you get something else?
Right, Matthew, yeah, that's it on that. Matthew 10 and 5. 10 and 5.
This is Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
So Yahushua, he told his disciples, the 12 of them, to not go, you know, into the way